Hey friends, it's Rick. I'm back with another video for Pixi Dust Designs. Today we are using the He Fills My Cup die set and coordinating stamp along with the coffee 6x6 pattern paper to create an adorable little card. We're going to start off by building up our little coffee cups. And we're going to add just a little bit of shading to some of the parts and pieces. We're going to add shading to our parts and pieces, so I'm just going to use a gray on some. I'm going to use a light gray on ink on the white die cuts. So we're going to add a little shadow to that. And just a little shading to those. I'm going to add a little shading to my cup. I did cut one of them out from pattern paper as well. For my brown cups, or light brown cups, I'm going to add a little darker brown shading to those. So I'm just going to come around with that, add just my little shading here. And then we're going to assemble our cups. For the sleeve of the cup, I cut out of a dark brown cardstock. So we're not going to add shading to that. So I'm going to go ahead and layer up my cup, top of my cup. Just going to take a little liquid glue, add to the back of this layer. And I'm going to line that up right at the top of my second layer, or my larger layer of the top of the cup. Add this layer in next, right there at the top. And then for our brown cup, I just did 2 layers of the die cuts. So we'll add that on. It's going to be super easy little card. The die set is part of the Pixi Promise release. If you have not hopped over and done the video hop, I highly encourage you to do so. So you have a chance to win a $25 store credit to the Pixi Dust Designs website. Entries are, you can leave a comment all the way along the hop on each stop with leave just a comment. We'll randomly pick a winner and it'll be announced on June 15th on the Pixi Dust Designs community tab. So that is where the announcement will be. It'll be sometime on the 15th, probably in the afternoon. But that is, you have until then have until the 14th to enter. And then we will pick a winner. All right, so I've got my cups all inked up. Now we're going to add our sleeve. And again, I cut those from just brown, dark brown cardstock. I'm going to layer that on right where those etch lines are. Make sure that's straight. We're going to add the white lid to our brown cup. And I'm going to add the brown lid to the pattern paper cup. This is a decorative cup. So add that there. We'll add this one here. And we got our other little sleeve. I'll add liquid glue onto that. Pop that into place. There's my little coffee cups all ready to go. I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this piece of white cardstock. So I'm going to pop that into my mini Misty. I'm going to pop this down. We'll put that here. This is going to go at the top of my little square. I'm going to stamp this in Fallen Leaves ink. It's a nice dark brown pigment ink. We didn't want to go black. We wanted to just have a nice dark brown to go with what we've already got going. All right, I'll go ahead and remove this from my Misty. We'll set that back to the side. And I'm going to layer that onto a piece of brown cardstock that's 3x3. I have all the supplies linked and listed in the video description below. So we'll go ahead and add glue behind our focal image here. So we're going to build that up first. I'll take foam squares and pop behind each of my coffee cups. I'll peel these backings off. I'll add a little liquid glue to our foam squares. And I'm going to put one right there. At an angle, we're going to put the other one on the other side of it. So we'll add a little liquid glue to that. Go right there. There is our focal panel. We're going to build up the rest of our card. All right, I have a piece of the coffee pattern paper cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I cut a matte layer of that same brown cardstock at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is going to go on our standard A2 card base. It's just a standard A2 card. So we'll go ahead and add our pattern paper. I'll arrange that on there. So that way we just have a little bit of margin and a little separation from our card base. So we'll go ahead and attach this onto our card. Using just our liquid glue, we'll just attach that on. There's our card base. I cut a second piece of that pattern paper. Same pattern, I cut it at 2 by 5 1/4. And then I have a matte layer that is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. So we're going to layer these two pieces together. That will go on here. It's a super easy card. We'll add this to our center of our card front. This is going to be our home panel. Then we will add our focal image onto our card. Just going to pop that right in the center. Then I've cut a piece of our pattern paper. It is 4 or 3/4, I think. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch by 4. I've got a matte layer for it that is 1 inch by 4 1/4, or roughly 4 1/4. We'll go ahead and attach this down. This is going to be for the inside of our card. So we'll go ahead and line that up. We'll open our card up. We'll go ahead and attach this to the inside. Just like so. I'll trim off any excess that overhangs after that dries a little bit. All right, I'm going to add a little glitter to my coffee cups to give them a little bit of sparkle. So we're going to add just right there to our top of our cup and to our little sleeve. All right, to add our final finishing touch, I'm just going to take a white gel pen and add a little bit of highlights to our little cup. We'll add some to our cup on this side. Some to this little sleeve. All right, so here is a look at our finished card. I'll hold it up for camera for you. There's a look at the inside. If you need any of the supplies from Pixi Dust Designs, I have them all linked and listed in the video description below. If you like this video, you're probably going to like the one coming up right over there. I'll see you in that video. Bye, guys. Stay crafty. Love you.